Hey guys, it's Tiffany, and I'm here a little early to do Free Tarot Friday for the July 1st weekend. I just wanted to make sure that everybody stays safe out there. We've got some really intense astrology that lines up for accidents, and I just want to make sure everybody just stays really safe and is very cautious over the holiday weekend here in the States. And before I get started with the zodiac signs, I just want to show you guys that this card came up in almost every single client's reading this last week. So a card of gratitude because it came up for some reason, right? And using gratitude magic. Today I'm recording on a new moon in Cancer. And so I know that sometimes layering gratitude over your heart before you set your intentions can be really powerful too. So just wanted to put that out there because it seems like almost every client got it. And seems like a message for the collective when that happens. All right, so under the rays of the Cancer new moon, and as we look forward into the weekend of July 1st, as we're just kind of gathering together under some different skies, let's just take a moment to check in. Maybe taking a breath in to visualize connecting with each other in the field of unconditional love and infinite wisdom where all things are possible. Let's see what's in store for our Aries. So let's see, Aries. All right, looks like maybe some of your beliefs are being challenged. Maybe even what you thought was a sure thing is maybe not so sure of a thing. And so feeling into some uncertainty, you know what I mean, Aries? Do you have to be certain of everything, or do you think you're certain about something and maybe it's not such a sure deal? I would say just allow yourself some grace to be open-minded, to go slow, to not have to be certain right now, and to lean into the mystery a little bit. It looks like something that you're just unclear about, right? It feels like you're just being pulled in the two directions, the Two of Pentacles being very polarizing in some ways. And so see if you can just let the mind be at rest is how I would say that. There is something new starting for you when an ace comes up, but there's a delay for a reason. So just let it settle, let the dust settle. It's not the right time, but the reason you're not certain is because more life needs to happen. It's not clear because there's more information that's happening that we can't control or predict, right? All right, let's clear the deck for, I was just at Tuesday. Let's clear the deck for our Taurus friends. What is it that our Taurus need to hear? All right, Taurus, this is an interesting combo. The Nine of Cups, you get your wish. So the desires of your hearts have been heard by Spirit. Your wishes are granted, maybe not in the order that you wished, right? Maybe it's like, I always get where I want to go, but maybe the how, you need to be a little bit more open-minded to the how. You might not be a straight path. It might look one way and then change. It feels very kind of Alice in Wonderland-y, but I feel like there's a tendency for you to hurt yourself. You know what I mean? Like just kind of beat yourself up about something when it doesn't necessarily, the how doesn't play out the way that maybe you think it should. Mars is in Taurus, the North Node is in Taurus, Uranus is in Taurus, and they're all going to align. Excuse me, that will happen in July. I'm jumping ahead, but they will all align at the end of July. And so there's a lot of energy in your part of the chart right now, and you're part of the cosmos. And I feel like you are being led forward to do something that helps, I don't know, helps you feel that sense of purpose. It has something to do with technology, and it has something to do with drawing you forward. And so it's like the sooner you can let go of the things that feel like self-sabotage, that feel like swimming upstream, the closer you are to getting your heart's desire. So your wishes have been heard. Get out of your way and look for something in technology that can help pivot you forward. All right, let's clear for Gemini. Just see what our Geminis need to hear for the readings. Okay, oops. Hold on for our Geminis. You get an Eight of Cups reversed, a Five of Pentacles. That's kind of a tough combo there. So experiencing or witnessing a lot of grief lately, seeing kind of what's wrong has helped you, just encourage you to find what's right. So again, that gratitude card, the Six of Wands, it's like maybe there's some survivor's guilt. You're able to go forward in an area where a lot of people aren't. It could be that people have confided in you or come to you with a lot of grief or loss or life changes or things that they're letting go of. It seems to be that you're confronted with that a lot lately. The Six of Wands is actually very positive. So that's why I'm saying maybe there's a little bit of survivor's guilt or sorry for you, but my life's going kind of well. It's like you can witness for people that are going through a tough time, but don't let it drag you down. Don't assume their circumstances. You go ahead and go forward with the life that you were meant to live. You know, you can be a good friend and listen, but just don't get caught in the frequency of that. You know, don't let it sweep you away. You don't have to feel it with them, so to speak. You know what I mean? You can bless them by living your life to the fullest, right? Okay, after Gemini comes Cancer. Let's see what's in store for our Cancer friends. What is it that our Cancers need to hear just for the weekend ahead? Some simple advice or guidance as we close out June and tiptoe into July. Okay. All right, let's see for our Cancers. You know, I'm keeping drawing because this deck has princesses and princes, and I'm not as familiar with that. So Six of Cups reversed here. So feeling into that with some young people in your life. Maybe there's some young people that are coming to you for help or guidance or to get a sense of fulfillment or to feel nurtured by you. You know what I mean? And I just don't think that you have it to give. I feel like you're a little bit low on your personal energy and resources. And the best thing that you can do is not enable, but empower either the young people that are put in your life or the people that are just kind of need some help from you. It's like the best thing you can do is teach them to fish instead of keep giving them the fish. The Fool card, I know that a lot of you Cancers out there are on kind of a journey in the dark where something has ended and you're in that magic dark place and you're not really sure what you want to do next because everything you do feels foolish. You know what I would say about that is do the thing that feels foolish. You know, the Fool card is about just going forward anyways, whether it makes sense or not. You know, it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be practical or logical. It just has to feel correct for you, you know, using your strategy and authority. I love getting the Fool card because I love that fresh new path, that just starting out on a new journey. All right, after Cancer comes Leo. Let's just see what our Leo friends have to say for the month of, I just did the July membership reading. So let me invite you all to join our membership at wiseguyscollective.com before I forget. All right, so Leo for the weekend, here's what fell out. Six of Pentacles being overly generous, Three of Pentacles being super creative, and Ace of Wands, a very powerful card for fresh energies, full vitality, going in a new direction, getting a creative hit, starting a new movie, working on a new film project, and getting a new empire involved. It feels like either a loan or a large credit or a serious amount of investment is required to have this dream come to fruition. So working on kind of some of the logistics is important, but that's not you right now. You don't have to worry about the logistics. You have to worry about the big picture and the dream and just holding your vision, just focusing that creative energy on your vision. And that way the how also doesn't seem to matter. It seems to be available for you. Interesting, Leos, for the weekend. What were your new moon wishes? All right, after Leo comes Virgo. What is it that our Virgos need to hear for the weekend ahead? We close out June and start July, the Hanged One and the Three of Wands. So it feels like you've been in a waiting period, a waiting cycle, a waiting game, the waiting room. You know what I mean? How long can you possibly wait, Virgo? Like that's what we want. It feels like your creativity, you can't even really be yourself right now because you're either being of service to somebody else or you're in a project that's taking a long time or circumstances it's not a green light, period. But pay attention to the ideas that you're having, because you're going to have a moment when they can play out soon. It's just not quite the right time. So get a different perspective, ask for somebody else's perspective, because it feels like something's just a little bit off, and you would benefit by taking a step back, letting some time pass, breathing, collecting yourself. I feel like maybe you've been in other people's auras for too long and you're just like a little bit programmy, like you're kind of running somebody else's energy right now. And so try to separate yourself and get clear over the weekend. And that way you can come back with a lot of your Three of Wands, your creative energy. So I feel like you're operating at like 40%, but it looks like 100% to everybody, but it's actually 40%. And so you kind of need to get some rest, get some alone time, and come back so you're full force again. Make sense? All right. After Virgos comes Libras, right? Let's clear the deck for Libra. What is it that our Libras need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some simple advice or guidance, something that can help them feel connected to the universe and seen. Interesting. Ooh, Libras, Ace of Wands. All right. You are in this new energy for a year. There's a reset. There's a feeling of vitality, action, being able to move forward, a new project, something that feels romantic and juicy. I would say spend some time, if you have a hot date this weekend that you can maybe lead, or you get some new ideas about coming to you about how you want to have more romance in your life. But this is a very sexy, sensual combination. So Libras, whether you're alone or happily coupled, it looks like a time to get into the senses and be experience the romantic and lovely side of life. All right. So some love medicine might take some courage, might take some getting outside of the box, getting outside of the comfort zone. But it looks like love medicine is the right medicine for Libras this weekend. All right, let's clear the deck for Scorpios and see what it is that our Scorpios need to hear at this point in their journey. Some practical advice or guidance for our Scorps. Okay, Sun card, 10 of Cups. Oh, that's so sweet. So Scorpio, just this is the card of the self, you know, a death to the self so that you can be reborn again, that you can have your full strength and vitality is coming back to you. I know that you've been down energetically, and this is a time when you can be lifted back up. When there is solution, you're coming forward into your strength and your senses and all that makes you shine in this world. I know that a lot of Scorpios are very misunderstood as only dark. It's not true. There's a lot of light in the Scorpios, right? There's a lot of transcendent energy. And so the sun is also not about your physical health, but also it's also not only about your physical health and vitality, but about making the most of opportunities, making the most of the life that has been given to you. It's not about gain, right? But it's about being the best that you can be, living your very best life. And the 10 of Cups, that's the same thing. This is a sense of fulfillment, the wishes granted, that love has been a rocky journey through all of the cups. And then we get to the 10 of Cups, and it's that sense of fulfillment, true love, pure love, chivalry, romantic connection, feeling that equal balance of partnership, feeling seen and heard, but also giving back that a very Libra kind of love, you know, the give and take of things. And so this is a very positive combo I'm happy to see for our Scorpios. Spend some time with yourself, with your lover, helping yourself with your health, and taking advantage of the opportunities that feel most loving to you, that feel like you're swimming downstream, that feel like you know, makes life worth living, that those type of things, the 10 of Cups feeling. All right, let's clear for our Sages. What is it that our Sagittarius friends need to hear? 3 of Cups. Okay, so 3 of Cups, very different than 10 of Cups. The 3 of Cups is when you are being pulled, when you're triangulating love, when you are in the mix and there's too many chefs in the kitchen, there's too many people involved. And so I would say, where are you triangulating love, or have you been triangulated in the past and are accidentally recreating it because you're just writing that frequency out? Sometimes this is about cheating. Sometimes this is about looking you know, for love in all the wrong places. And sometimes it's just about a third energy. This could be a pet. This could be sometimes a child in the relationship. Like when you're two individual people and then you have a baby, it creates the opportunity to have all kinds of triangles, right? It could be that you have siblings. It could be that you have whatever it is. It's like there's three energies and everybody needs your attention, and then nobody gets it. You know what I mean? It's that kind of frustrated feeling. A lot of people will interpret this as the festival and the drunken maidens and, you know, cheersing and having fun. I don't interpret it that way because it's not fun when there's a triangle going on. There's you could look at that, oh, it's like the sacred union and the Holy Trinity, but it wasn't taught to me that way. So I like to bring that up for you guys. It's like if that feeling of being pulled in two different energies is not unifying, it's time to heal and address that. The Ten of Swords reversed. And so this can be when we've come a long way, when we felt very attacked, when we haven't made our mind up, and that indecision has kind of brought us to a point of stagnation. So that point of, feeling really confused, but it's like way less than confused. It's like I'm already done being confused. I'm just not going to think about it anymore. The Ten of Swords reversed is a marking point when like enough is enough and you're not going to solve that problem by thinking about it. And so what can you do, right? What can you do is to choose love and to get honest with yourself. The Knight of Swords, this is a quest for honesty, truth, clarity. This is somebody that just needs to get really, really clear. And I'm thinking about like how much clarity would help in both of these situations. You know, how much that could help you. That's your love medicine is clarity. All right, so let's look at our Capricorns. What is it that our Capricorns need to hear as we close out June and enter July? Invitation to all the Capricorns to join the membership at wiseguyscollective.com. As times change, as the United States Pluto return comes to a second pass in your sign this month in July. All right, what do our Capricorns need to hear for the weekend ahead? Just some simple advice or guidance. Okay, difficult combo for Capricorns too. This is grief, this is upset, this is feeling just kind of downtrodden, you know, like a little bit down and out. The Seven of Swords reversed is feeling a little bit cheated or misguided or misled. And so some of you Capricorns are making huge pivots in how you think about the nation, how you think about your neighborhood, how you think about the people in your home. And it doesn't matter, you know, it doesn't necessarily matter what you think of them, it matters how you think of them. And so what I'm seeing here, it's like this idea that if you're trying to change somebody's mind, you're not valuing them as a person, you're just valuing yourself, you know? And so with this setup, it's like, how could we make up for lost time and improve our mental thinking? You know what I mean? How could we make up for lost time and improve the way that we think about things? And if with right thinking comes right action, we can act our way into right thinking. We can kind of hang on to future hope, a glimpse of the future, a glimpse of innocence by making up for lost time. Looks like a lot of forgiveness is needed here. And that could be for yourself or others. And it feels like it has to do with your worldview shifting. Sometimes, I mean, I may never know if that makes sense to anybody, but that's what came through for you guys, Capricorns. All right, let's clear for our Aquarius. Let's clear for our Aquarius. Just some simple advice or guidance for our Aquarius. All right, we get the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Devil card. So Aquarius, some of you guys are kind of on the magical mystery tour where it's like the devil may care, devil backwards is lived. Through my experiences of obsessive thinking, where have those gotten to? You know, what are the devils in my life? What are the demons that are kind of knocking at my door and wanting my attention? Is it time to go back to Al-Anon? Is it time to go back to AA? Is it time to go back to something that has helped you overcome some obsessive thinking? And where can you use obsessive thinking as an asset? You know, like, are you on some kind of project where like intense focus on something for a while is actually really useful. So it doesn't have to be a bad card, right? But this is a card where we were really kind of struggling with sex, with money, with things that are kind of more material and kind of more physical and more like deep and dark in the wormholes of life. You know what I mean? The Nine of Pentacles reversed feels like you have become dependent on something that is not healthy for you. That's all. It just feels like you have become dependent on something that is not healthy for you, and it's time to take an honest look at that, Aquarius. Could be smoking, could be a person, could be whatever. A game you play, like an actual one, you know what I mean? Like it could be any number of things. Let's clear the deck for our Pisces. What is it that our Pisces need to hear for the weekend ahead? Some simple advice or guidance to carry us through. All right, Pisces, and the card of gratitude, the card of generosity, the card of imbalance when it comes to money and somebody stepping up for you. This is the Eight of Swords. This is something coming through quickly. This could be a landfall. I almost said a windfall. Does that make sense to any of you? It makes, this is when things come through fast and furious and all of a sudden. And so all of a sudden energy is great if money's coming to you, but it's not great if you owe a lot. This could be like if you have karmically played your cards to have a lot of debt, all of a sudden the bill is due and maybe you don't quite have that much to pay it back. So to me, whether you are in favor and receiving a whole bunch or whether you are all of a sudden owing a whole bunch, it looks like there's some surprises in the financial world that you need to pay attention to and kind of be a little bit more practical with so that you can have an approach that feels really safe and that your inner child is being taken care of and that there's a clear strategy and payment plan with your finances and your budget. And sometimes the best made plans, you know, are thrown upside down in a hurry. So it's not necessarily your fault or that your plan wasn't clear, but I think it's important to get as honest as possible with what's going on financially to help set yourself up for the best possible future. Either way, either side of the table. Okay, Pisces, so money talks. Is it worth it? Is it worth taking on that much? You know, I don't know. So let's clear the deck. I know we have the card of gratitude for our universal reading, but let's also clear it for another card here that goes with our gratitude card. Okay. Or two. The Hierophant and the Knight of Wands. So this is remembering what you're devoted to, what quest you're on, what journey you're in. You know, Chiron and Jupiter are both going to retrograde in Aries. It's the journey of the self. Yoga, right, is the journey of the self, to the self, through the self. And so the Knight of Wands helps you remember what your greatest quest is, that the Holy Grail is inside, and that you might have all this energy and courage to want to stand up and go do something and be somewhere. But the Hierophant reminds you to keep your why in mind. What is it that you're actually devoted to? And sometimes it's not about just doing something. Sometimes it's about sitting there, you know, and the gratitude magic, the cards of devotion, the cards of the quest of your life, redefining your purpose and your why. I feel universally would be a nice, if we could pause and consider some of those higher qualities, those higher values. Chiron and Aries, guys, asks us those bigger questions. Why am I here? You know, and this is one of those types of spreads. Why am I here? Why are you here? All right, sending all my love and gratitude to you guys. Happy new moon today. And as I'm recording it, you know, all of you guys out in the world, thank you for being here. I know that you've got lots of channels to choose from. It means a lot that you're here. Please like and subscribe if this has been helpful to you. We'd love to have you on our newsletter. We'd love to have you in our membership. And until next time, I hope you close out June beautifully and start July with clarity, and namaste.